What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back, Sooner Surge live show on this Thursday night. Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate it, as always. Already got a lot of the usuals on here, so that's good. It's going to be a fun night. Right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be by myself tonight. Now, we got Jackson running the chat tonight. Jackson's in here. I'm running this part of it, and we're going to roll with this thing tonight. So hang with us. And there it is. I was waiting how long it would take for somebody to do it. A Sooner fan did it. It's going to be May. And I did see that very early this morning, Sooner fan, on Facebook or something. I saw the first off, do you call it a GIF or do you call it a GIF? I think I've had this talk before, but I call it a GIF. I saw it today. But yeah, it's May 1st. Hey, by the way, Johnson, great softball game tonight. It was a great game. 9 innings, just like baseball. It goes 9 innings. OU's bats, they scored 6 runs, and, a lot of that off Rothrock, who's a really good pitcher. But they left so many on base and still got the win. That's the big thing. 918 says, go and give a Sooner fan the mute for that. That's right. But hey, one more win for OU softball and they clinched the SEC. Now, isn't that crazy with how young this team is? You got Sydney Sanders as the only senior, extremely young team. And here they are 1 win away from winning the SEC regular season championship. Crazy. And by the way, Landry, I think, threw about 150, 160 pitches. So she was a workhorse out there today as far as just went the distance. Yeah. No, that was a good game. If anybody watched the Knicks-Pistons game, it just ended. That was a good game. Jalen Brunson is a just playoff machine, man. Frank says Landry didn't even pitch her best and they still won. She's a dog. Yep. She is, and they are. Gotta love Tia Malloy coming in to pinch hit and getting a big hit. I mean, just that kind of stuff. I love seeing that. When you get pinch hits for RBIs, it's great. Jason told Jerm the chat was going to start at 10:30. Is that what I did, Ron? Yeah, what's up, Braden? I see Braden in here. Hey, you see the question posed tonight. That's the question I decided to go with tonight. And I really do want your answers. And I really do. And wait, real quick, by the way, before I get on to it. Emmerling, Tone Loke's dead right. Tone Loke's dead right. They got to get more. They pinch hit for her with Malloy. They could have pinch hit again. She'd have been out of the game, but they got to get more from her. But back to the question of the night. Ron, I'm going to ask you specifically, and I want your answer. 2 most important games for OU football in 2025. Now, I got mine. I would be interested to know yours. And Jackson, what are yours? I mean, I'll get to mine in a minute. I want to see what people put in the chat. But I got 2 specific games, in my opinion, that are the most important. Jackson says Texas and Michigan in reverse order. So Jackson says Michigan and then Texas. Tone Loke, Michigan, Texas. I'm going to disagree. Now, Sooner Cowboy says Michigan, LSU. KB says Mizzou and Auburn. Let me tell you mine and my theory. I got Michigan, and the other one is South Carolina. And here's the reason why. I think the Michigan game important for a lot of reasons because it's really going to be your first test and the new Arbuckle offense and everything you got with Mateer and everything, kind of see that in action against a quality defense. But I think the Texas game, I kind of like skip over it because it's Texas, and it's every year. It's the Red River rivalry, Red River shootout, whatever you want to call it. OU Texas. It's going to be that way every year. But then the next week at South Carolina. That's why I think that game's going to be so important because win or lose Texas, you go to South Carolina next week with a massive chance. If you lose at Texas, a massive chance to get back on track. And if you beat Texas, a chance to continue the momentum. So I'm going Michigan, South Carolina. Let's see if anybody – I saw somebody else had South Carolina. Chief has Texas, South Carolina. Austin says Michigan sets a tone for the season, in my opinions, and I think South Carolina will be our toughest road game. So there we go. I think he might be agreeing. Chester says if we lose any of the games that have new quarterbacks, fire BV immediately. Do not let him take $200 get out of jail free card. Fire BV immediately and take Joe Compliance with him. So what Chester is saying is if OU loses to Michigan Monday, they shouldn't have another cut. They should have it be gone. He should be gone. Chester, you know that's not going to happen, buddy. It's going to be he's going to get through the year. So we'll see what happens at the end of the year. And Big says that'd be everybody except LSU. Is that the only team OU plays that has a returning quarterback? Is that true? Ole Miss, new quarterback. Jackson, you can help me out here. Ole Miss, new quarterback. South Carolina is returning quarterback. South Carolina is returning. So, yeah, there it is. Jackson dropped in there. Jackson pretty quick on that AI tonight. Jackson, trying to fill in for Hunter here. 918 says LSU and South Carolina. Okay. I'm curious why people think LSU, because it's a home game or because just it's going to be a big game. What are your thoughts of the reason why? Now, Chester, I see what you're saying, but I have the schedule in front of me here. If you look at OU's schedule, don't look at who their quarterbacks are. If you just look at the names and the teams, it's a tough schedule. Now, there is a lot to be determined on a lot of the quarterbacks. I would agree with you, Chester. There's a lot to be determined there. Oh gosh, Jackson, don't do that. Bauer, Sharp, and Nick Anderson combined for 150 and 3 TDs. Let's hope not. Yeah, Tennessee would have, but Nico left. That's right. And I don't know about the new guy they got, guys, at Tennessee. I'm not sure on that. It'll be interesting. Bryce Underwood too coming to town week 2 there. That's going to be a big interesting. Not sold on Tennessee. Jackson says I'm not sold on South Carolina. Just not. We'll see. Anderson won't play. We'll see. I think he'll play. Unless he's injured, I guess. Better not lose to Auburn and LSU. You can't lose to Auburn. Home game? You guys, what are we doing here? You can't lose to Auburn at home. Period. Can't do it. Can't happen. Won't happen. Can't happen, won't happen. What's up, Jen? How you doing tonight? Yeah, hopefully Boganowski has a good year. I think he will. How many snaps will he play? That's the question. That's the real question, is how many are some of these youngsters are going to play. John, there it is. Jay hates Sellers. You know what? I'm selling on Sellers. I'm not hating on him. I'm selling on him. Jason, from Sooner Surge, do not think Sellers is as advertised. That's all. That's all. And I will probably maybe be dead wrong on that. But you know how I am. I'm going to say my opinion, whether it's strong opinion. But I just don't. I think he's getting a little more hype than I think he is. Okay. You can disagree with that. That's fine. And that's fine. So Jackson, are you a big fan of Sellers? Mid. Okay. He says mid. I don't know about mid, but I just think he's getting too much hype. He was against OU last year. KB says he was against OU last year. Well, don't forget that the OU game was the part of the OU South Carolina debacle was the Hawkins 3 or 4 turnovers in the first 3 throws or whatever. I mean, they had 2 or 3 defensive touchdowns in the first quarter, South Carolina. Jackson, look up the stats. Did Sellers have a good game against Oklahoma last year? For some reason, I don't remember him just tearing OU up. I thought that was a debacle from OU's offense in that game. I don't remember Sellers just destroying OU. I think he had a big play on fourth down with his legs. He had a few good plays with his legs, but I don't remember him having a great game. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I don't have a photographic memory like Jeremy. But Jackson's going to look those stats up for us. Yeah, there it is. Down 22-0 in the first 5 minutes, game over. Yeah, there it is. That's not a stellar performance. He didn't need to, though. They were up 22-0 in the first 5 minutes, period. OU beat OU. Well, he might have scored his first drive, but that was after they were up 22-0 because they had 2 or 3 defensive touchdowns right off the bat. That was one of the most disappointing games of the year last year. And I know KB put in the Discord earlier this week, go watch the Missouri instant reaction video because we were losing our minds. I bet I was losing my mind after that game too because there was no reason for that. That was one of the worst performances in the first quarter I think I've ever seen from an offense with the amount of turnovers and stuff. And not only turnovers, but for touchdowns. It's like you blink and the game's over. There's no chance they're coming back. That's the thing. That is probably the thing about last year that I'm so ready just to throw in the trash. And that's the fact that if this team got down 10 or 14-0, ball game. I mean, because last year, there was no coming back from that. No coming back from that. He didn't get sacked 17 times that game. Not in one game. I probably did lose my mind before the game started. You're probably right. Are you talking about? Yeah, I was like 17. The record is 9 for OU, I think. And yeah, one more win for softball to the SEC for the SEC champions. That's right. 24 in 3 games. That's right. That's the number. 24 in 3 games. And it was like a 9, 8, and I can't remember 7 maybe, something like that, or 6. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. Yes, he did. He didn't get sacked 17 times in one game. Jackson, hop on here and tell me what you're trying to say.
All right, Jay, you got me?
Yeah, what are you trying to say? 17 times in one game?
Arnold didn't get sacked 17 times. I was wrong. He had 17 carries for
okay. Yeah. I thought you were
he got sacked for a total of negative 29 yards.
Okay. I thought you were saying he got sacked 17 times.
No, I was wrong. I misread that.
Okay. Gotcha. Appreciate it, Jackson. Jackson's got trivia for us tonight too. We'll get to that in a little bit. He came up with a good trivia, I think. I hope. So we'll find out. 918, be ready. Softball score 6-5, 9-inning game. Oklahoma wins 6-5. It was a thriller. It was a thriller of a game. Kind of everything you want in a game coming down to the wire like that. It was good. And I said this a few weeks ago. I love the fact that OU softball is getting to play Texas in the 3-game series and then Florida in 3-game series right before postseason. Because then you have the SEC tournament. It's going to be a great competition. And you're ready for postseason after that. The answer is 22, Mark says. Jackson's got a question for the chat. So I fumbled 17 times. That's worse than third-string wishbone quarterbacks. What's up, Donnie? How you doing? 918 says, oh, you had a portal quarterback visiting. Guess they want to replace Cole. Here's my question, 918. Are they not sold on Jet as a third string? I mean, here's the thing, guys and gals. When you go get a third string quarterback, the chances of your third string quarterback playing are slim and slimmer. And nobody's going to go be a third string quarterback unless they're just, an average quarterback. I mean, so you're not getting anything. I mean, if you get somebody, it's going to be somebody just to help you at practices. I mean, but I guess you need a third string, but I don't know why you just wouldn't try to go ahead and get Jet ready to be a third string quarterback. Right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. And that's probably true. 918. That's got to be in the back. That would be in the back of my mind if I was a coach. That Texas debacle, Davis Bevel, third string quarterback. You had Bevel and Booty behind Gabriel, and you had to go with Braden Willis. That's probably true there. Okay, breakdown guys, we're freaking out about it. Freaking out about getting another quarterback. Let's see this question here. Who is everyone's player that has the most to prove next year? In a weird way, I think if a couple of running backs, but if Tatum may have something to prove after all his fumble mistakes and missed blocks and stuff. I think he might have something to prove. Now, whether he does or not, we'll see. PJ's the obvious answer, I think. Javonte Barnes, possibly, yeah. What about, Jaden Ott might be like, you know what? I'm not injured. I'm ready to do what I did in 2023. Maybe a guy like that. Troy Everett. Okay, Mark. I like that answer. Troy Everett. I do. A lot of people saying PJ in here. Okoye, if he gets the snaps. I love Okoye if he can get the snaps. John Mateer, can he play in the SEC? Now, that's a good one too. He has something to prove. This isn't no Pac-12 Mountain West football anymore. This is big boy football in the SEC. Has to stay healthy. I'm nuts. He has to stay healthy. Stone, that's a good one, Sooner Cowboy. Oh my gosh, Monty, that's hilarious. That is a funny comment, Monty. And also the hitter, when they get up there, I don't want to be too harsh, but let me just say this. I played baseball for years. I also played softball. Believe it or not, I played fast pitch softball. I also played slow pitch softball. And let me just put it to you like this. Playing baseball and softball, there were players on your own team with 2 outs that would go up to bat that I would go ahead and get all my gear on and get ready to go out in the field. I would stand at the fence and be ready to go because I knew they were not getting on base. So I would get all my glove ready. I'd get my last drink of water. I'd get everything ready, get my seeds ready, and I'd be standing at the gate because it's time to go out. I had no confidence. And unfortunately, I think right now with Emmerling, there's a lot of that. Her batting average is like 220. I'd have to look, but she has 10 home runs on the year. She had to have about 7 or 8 like early on because she's been in a stretch where it hasn't got a whole lot. Fast pitch guys, softball or co-ed. I played fast pitch guys and I played co-ed and guys slow pitch. But fast pitch, I played guys. Teresa said that'd be her. Not that good. Bill Beatenbow has a lot to prove. I like that. Ooh, I like that one, John. I like it. I like it a lot. Peyton Bowen. It's a good one. I hope we beat your Texas team like we did in softball. Who are you talking to? Year. I do too, though. I hope OU beats Texas. I think the maker for Sooner serves true Sooners. I don't know what comment it's about with Ron. Oh, about saying it nice. Hey, you know what? This is a chat is that we take all comers. That's what we do here. Fans, you know what? I grew up around people that were huge Sooner fans, and we're always talking about what went wrong with OU, and that's fine. Either way. I mean, I like both aspects of it, to be honest with you. I just do. I like to hear the people complain because you know what? When it's wrong and OU starts winning, it's kind of like, here we go, baby, let's go. So Ron says, just ask Jason to ban me. I'm not banning anybody. Unless you say something vulgar on here, you say something personal. Not going to do it. Not going to do that. And Jackson's running the chat. So Jackson will be on that. Anyway, we don't need to get into the personal going after people. This is a Sooner fan channel. You know what? With Sooner fans, you have people that will always be positive. And there will be people that will be tell it like it is. And there will be people that will be negative until they see something positive happen. There's all spectrums, and that's fine. We welcome it all here. Okay. Chester says, after June, please no more softball. Hey, Chester, I can promise you this. When softball's over and it's summertime, I can promise you probably everything in here will be football because that's all everyone want to talk about. Right now, it's just not a whole lot to talk about in football. There's just not. That's why I posed the question I did about the two most important games. You could look at that two different ways. You could look at it two different ways. You could look at it as the two most important games for record-wise, or you could look at it two most important games for maybe momentum for this team. Teresa says she'll bring it up for us. Isn't juvenile tonight? I don't know. It's 9:50 p.m. and I personally arrived post NBA speak. Let's go. Mess said he was going to do it last night. Didn't know when he was going to show up. You know what, though? I don't think we've talked NBA tonight, to be honest. Maybe one little thing, but I am going to say this since Mess is on here. Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, T-Wolves in 5. They got the win last night. There you go, Sharp. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no Jer'm on here to go after tonight. It's kind of weird, to be honest. It is. I'm sure he'll call after. He's at a track event somewhere in Oklahoma City area. Won't be home till I think midnight. Come on, Steeler man. Come on. You're never gonna let me live that down. Ron misses Jer'm. I miss Jer'm too. He's a good guy. Hey, Jackson, let's get your trivia. Before we do, check out the FanStop, www.thefanstop.com. Code SURGE to get 10% off your first 3 months. And they got great officially licensed merchandise. You want hats? They got them. You want shirts? They got them. You want jackets? They got them. That kind of reminds me of the Polar Express song, Hot Chocolate. We got them. They got all of it. They got all of it at the FanStop, thefanstop.com. Yeah, I know you are, Steeler man. I know you're jerking my chain. Yep, track meet and Anman. There it is. Very quiet in here tonight, isn't it? It's calm, cool, collected. It's just quiet. All right, Jackson, hop on here. Let's get the trivia, Jackson. Give us this trivia you got. Here it is right here. What was the name of Bud Wilkinson's offense in the 1950s? There it is. Oh, man. I think we got some old schools on here that's going to get this very quickly. There it is. Bud Wilkinson's offense in the 1950s. Definitely not Holton. I see what y'all are saying. Wing T. Jackson, you'll have to tell me the answer when you see it. I don't know if I know the answer to this. Is this true or are you kidding? I think surely Mark's kidding about that. Split T. Austin said split T yet too. Is that it? Split T Tone Loke. Jackson, is it split T? You can just tell me if it is. Not split T. Okay. Still waiting. Wishbone, 1950s. Nobody's got this yet. I hope you're right, Jackson. The go-go. The go-go. I don't know this. I don't know the answer to this. Flying V? That's from Mighty Ducks, John. The Flying V. Go-go is close, but a no-no. Go-go is close, but no-no. It's a no-no to the go-go and the bobo. Pro style. Bing, not it. I don't think that's it. Now, Chester says split T. Jackson, for your very first trivia, you better know the answer and it better be right. Or your trial run here would not be good if you have bad trivia questions. You don't try to pull a Jeremy and have the wrong trivia. No huddle. What was the name of Bud Wilkins's offense in the 1950s? It's split T, Damon said. Everybody has said split T, Jackson.
Hey, it's not the split T. It's not the go-go, not the veer option. It's none of this. Not T formation.
Dude, you better be right. Google says split T and
that is not what I found on Google.
What?
So,
Chester, you should know this, bro. I formation, not it.
It's not I formation.
Jackson, if you're wrong on this, man, nobody's gonna let you live this down if you're wrong.
I know that. I know that. That's why I Googled it.
I mean, if you're right, it's gonna be a great trivia. Because wing T?
It's not the wing T.
Oh, you're going to give some hints. Give us some hints, Jackson.
It's
wait. Is T in it?
No, I mean the letter T is in one of the words in it.
Oh, okay, but the word T, like T, is not part of it.
No. I mean, do you want me to give them a hint?
Give him a hint.
All right. It's well, the hint I'm gonna give is probably going to give it away. If you watch the NBA, it's the name whenever you're running in transition. What do they call that?
That's gonna give it away, I think.
Yeah. Let's see who can get it first.
Do you really think is that the answer?
Yeah, it is. I searched it up, Jay.
All right. I'm up tempo.
No. There it is.
Fast break offense. That was the name of it?
Fast break. Yep.
Wow. There you go.
I figured that would be an easier one to get.
Hey, do you remember? You're too young for this, obviously, because you're a little young pup. But people in the chat will remember this. You know what one of my great growing up memories was?
What's that?
Going to watch the Tulsa Fast Breakers. Now, you don't know this. You don't know about the Fast Breakers, do you, Jackson?
No, I have no idea.
I know the people in the chat will. Some of these people in the chat, the Tulsa Fast Breakers, you know who played for them? They had some studs play. You know Anthony Mason? You ever heard of him?
I have not.
Okay. No. Yeah, you're young. But they were great to watch. People are saying never heard of a fast break in football. I'm going with Google.
Well, all right. Well, hey,
drop it in here. Drop it in there where you saw it. That way they can go look at it.
All right.
Did anybody else go watch the Fast Breakers? The Fast Breakers were great. The Tulsa Fast Breakers, it was awesome.
There's the link to the website for anyone that wants to go and fact check me, by the way.
There's the link. So we'll see if he's correct, but there's the link if you want to go check it. Yeah. Ron remembers the Fast Breakers. Hey, back in the day, you had the Tulsa Fast Breakers. Yeah, the CBA, man. You had the Tulsa Fast Breakers, and then the Drillers. The Drillers had they had Yvonne Pudge Rodriguez, Ruben Sierra, Julio Frank. A lot of them guys playing at Drillers, man. It was awesome between those two teams, man. They had some great talent in the area. I need a full biography. Yeah, that's it. Sosa too, 918 in Conseco. That's right.
The Drillers had said Sammy Sosa and on their team.
Didn't Pete Incaviglia play for the Drillers too? Oh, I mean, they had some. And you know what? The Drillers, the old stadium with Homeland in the home run left field was awesome. Distance runner. Ron, distance runner, and he's really good, by the way, extremely good, talented, really good at it. Oh, that is interesting. You know what? I'd be interested to know why he chose 47. I don't think we've heard.
In the chat, they're saying the website I found is incredible. So John's calling it a foul.
Well, Jackson, you better go find out if you're right or not. Go look up Bud Wilkinson and see if you can find this. Jeez, Jack. Wow. Oh, my gosh, Jackson. Can't believe you, man. Here you go getting your trivia chance, and might have blown it. Oh, he was my favorite player too, and I was a Royals fan. But there's nobody like Pudge Rodriguez. Nobody. And I don't know if there ever will be at catcher. You know, the guy for the St. Louis Cardinals a few years ago, was it Molina? He's similar to Pudge, just the way he played and stuff. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, Darryl Strawberry played.
So I found on the internet
Jackson. Oh my gosh! Wait, Jackson.
What?
We got a new name for you.
First of all, they spelled my name wrong. But
well, okay, but new name for you, Jackson Arnold. Fumbled the ball.
Oh my gosh,
Jackson Arnold.
I went from Sunshine Man or whatever y'all are calling me to Jackson Arnold.
Man, Jackson Arnold.
Opposite. That first of all, so what I found on the internet is the fast break, the split tee, and the go-go offense. So technically, all three answers are correct.
What they really split tee, go-go, and what?
Fast break.
Oh, so everybody's right. Everybody gets a point tonight. Jeez Louise, we need a redemption from that.
Here, I will find a better question and edit.
Something. I don't know what, but hey, I don't know if anybody's. We're kind of getting off topic. I don't know if anybody's card collectors in here, but my Bo Jackson with the baseball bat, no shirt on, football pads, holding the bat behind his head is one of the greatest cards of all time. It's one of the greatest cards of all time, in my opinion. Love that card. I remember when I got it, I was just head over heels. Great stuff, man. Bo Jackson was unbelievable. There will never be a Bo Jackson. There will never be anybody like him because he was so freaking athletic and talented in all the sports. I don't think there'll be anybody like him. Was that Topps or Donruss? That's a great question. I think that was a Topps. Was that a Topps or Donruss? I'd have to go look what it was. Man, I don't know. But, man, buying baseball cards back in the day was a fun time. Fun time. Now, remember that stick of gum you got with it? Had no flavor at all. Lasted about 10 seconds. But you still put it in your mouth. I did. It was still part of it. It's part of the experience, man. No, but I did. Hey, Ron, I did have a card with the Bill Ripken card. Do you remember the Bill Ripken card that had the bad word on the bat handle? I don't know if anybody remembers that. I had that one. It was worth some money. Barkley versus Godzilla poster, pretty awesome. It was a scorecard. Oh, it was score. Okay. There it is. NIL commission knows, man. He's got it. Scorecard. All digital now, man. It was cool back in the day. It was cool. It really was. Going to the store to get a package of cards. Didn't know what was going to be in it. I didn't know if it was going to be duplicates, but NFTs. But yeah, what else you guys want to talk about tonight? Man, we're already 33 minutes into this.
All right. I was able to find a second question, and
wait, before you do, 918's dropping one here. He says only player ever to win Heisman, NCAA championship, NFL MVP, and a Super Bowl. Only player ever to win Heisman, NCAA championship, NFL MVP, and a Super Bowl. I'm trying to think.
Tony Dorsett. That's what Chief.
Is it Dorsett?
I'm not sure. That sounds like someone it could be.
Did they win a Super Bowl that year with Dorsett?
Oh.
Montana's a great answer. Cam Newton. Not Dorsett.
Cam Newton didn't win a Super Bowl.
Marcus Allen, USC. Could be Marcus Allen. I think it could be Marcus Allen. Was almost Cam. That's right, Stiller Man. They may be right with Allen. There it is. Good job, Tone Low. Great question, by the way. Hey, Jay Jackson, did you see how that was done?
That was not a Jackson Arnold play. That was more of like a Baker Mayfield type clutch right there.
Now 918 is King Trivia, so coming from him, that was pretty easy. He probably came up with that nice. It was a great way to do it. But
and the question I'm going to ask is something
you got to follow that. Do you have a good question?
I do. I do have a good question. All right. I think this is going to be relatively easy for the majority of the viewers in the chat to get, but it's something that I knew. So we all know the term Sooner Magic, right, Jay?
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
What year and what game? Who was Oklahoma playing? So that term became a thing during what game and the year?
Is this the same site you got the other one?
No, it's not. This is I found this. I found this
same site. Fun trivia.
1972 Nebraska. One of those is correct.
One.
The yes.
Which one?
The team that OU was playing is correct,
but not the year.
There it is. Tone Loc, 1976.
Tone Loc's on a heater, man. He barely beat 918 there. 1976, Nebraska. 1976. Why was it deemed Sooner Magic that game, though? That's the real question.
Why was it? I actually do not know the answer to
that. 71 we lost, yeah. Jackson he already fumbled once. Now he's trying to throw back to back.
I actually threw a touchdown on this one. So.
Hey, I got to bring something up. I want to talk about something. Come back from 1770. I want to bring something up. I heard this on the radio today, and I want to know your thoughts. Would you be in favor of the NFL doing what NBA does, in the fact that college kids can go put their name in the draft, but can go back to college?
Are you asking for my opinion or the chat's or both?
The chat and yours, the chat too. But what are your thoughts? You know, Jalen Moore last year for Oklahoma basketball, he went and worked out, did the camps, and decided, no, I didn't get a good enough grade. I'm going to come back. With NIL and everything now, don't you think that should be down the pike next?
Yeah, I think that's probably something they should move towards.
I don't know if they're gonna though, Jackson. I don't know if the NFL wants it.
And now, in my opinion, I'm more of a fan to where if you're good enough as a freshman, you should be able to leave after a year and into the NFL in college.
What about just straight out of high school?
I mean, if you really want to put yourself through that as a player, yes.
I don't know why you would do that with so much NIL money now. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you even consider that? Jean says she'd be good with it. It's a weird deal because you can in other jobs, other sports. It's just the way it is. Gray God's for it. Mess says if undrafted, you can go back to school. I just don't think NFL is going to allow this anytime ever. I just don't think they're going to.
No. Now, I think that in college, they need to move more towards the NFL model with OTAs and stuff. I think that's what college should go to instead of more of like spring practice and then fall practice. I think they should just make it one thing.
Yeah, I don't know NIL commission. Sometimes it shows up on our screen a little different. So I don't know. Jackson would have to go verify what shows up on our side, but we've had this before. We've had it before.
Yeah, it's even happened to me before.
Guys. Now some of you guys can let it go. Jackson, he called after the live one night and just would not let it go that he was the first one to get trivia. It was like we had to go back through the live show and point it out to him and say, "Look, see right there."
I do remember that night. I was like, I won this trivia, but on your end, it showed differently.
Yeah, it's just the way it works. 5th round or later, you can go back. No, now listen, that will never ever happen, John. They're never going to allow you to be drafted and then go. You would lose. I mean, why would a team want to lose their draft pick? What I'm saying is before the draft. Like if you go to now, and this is what I heard on the radio too. They won't allow it either because right now, the combine and all these, there's limited spots to go to this stuff. And if you go and then decide to go back to college, I mean, I just don't think NFL is going to do that. And you know what? NFL doesn't need they don't need to do it. NFL is the king sport right now.
Right.
Like there's no other sport that's close to NFL as far as viewership and everything. No. Agree or disagree?
I agree with that. And is John saying that if you're a projected 5th round pick or later, you can go back, or if you get drafted in the 5th round or later?
I thought he was saying if you got drafted, but maybe I'm reading that wrong.
If you get drafted, you cannot go back to college. That's
hey, Mark, you can on the replay. Here's what you have to do. Now, when you click in the comments, you just slide to your left, or is that slide right, whatever the button that is. You just slide it over and you can see the live chat. When you click on comments, there's 2 dots there. Just slide it to the second dot and you can see the chat live. So you should be able to do that. There has to be real life consequences for making a bad decision to leave early to the draft.
Huh? This doesn't make sense to me.
I think he's saying like there has to be an issue if you want to decide to leave early. I don't know.
There's been very few guys that could have gone straight out of their freshman year of college to the NFL, or even like straight out of high school. I don't really know if there's many high school players ever. I'm sure that there's a few, but
yeah. Hey, this is a little off topic too, but I want to bring it up because I have a buddy that he met with bunch of coaches, mid-major coaches, okay? And this was specifically basketball, okay? But you can treat it as football too. But he was telling me just today about this. He met with a bunch of mid-major coaches, and the whole talk, all these meetings were about NIL.
Right.
And about how much, I'm not going to say names right now, but how much certain guys were getting paid in these mid-majors to play. This was basketball. But he mentioned that a lot of the mid-majors are really pushing to get a buyout for players that leave from their team to go to a Power 4 team. They want compensation for it. And I think that might be like thrown out there down in the near future. Like some of these mid-majors being like, hey, if you're going to take this guy from our team and you're going to pay him $850,000 NIL, we get, on top of that, you're going to pay us $100,000.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that would ever pass either, but I can see mid-majors trying to do something like that.
Yeah, I forgot where I heard that brought up at, Jay, but I've heard that brought up too, and I think
a coach brought it up recently, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
But I don't know what your all's thoughts are in the chat about it, but I'm not. I'll tell him that after the show. I'll call him up. Students have to agree to that. Why do students have to agree to that? It's not their money.
Yeah,
that would be on top of the NIL. Jen thinks it will happen. I don't know. I'm interested to see if it does happen, but NIL deals are not signed with programs. NIL is outside the program. NIL contracts should be enforced by the owner of the contract. Yeah, there's a lot of wording and a lot of stuff that needs to be better, and just going for it.
And we talked about it so much. John asked, "Is Hunter hanging with Jerm?" I can guarantee you that's not happening tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, NIL is it's such a mess. We've talked about it over and over again on the live before. Like there's no, like we even brought up ideas about rewriting the rules, but then there's a mess because there's no commissioner. And if you were to hire a commissioner, is everyone going to agree to the rewritten rules? Probably not. So it's all a mess.
Yeah, an NIL commission brings up a good point. It says when they get a contract, collective bargaining, and a cap, I could see that down the road. A lot of things would have to happen, and a players' union.
They need someone in charge at the top. I think that's the first thing that they need to do.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it's going to be for that, man. I really don't. I think it could be a long time still before you get a commissioner. Yeah, and here's the thing, Mess. Yeah. They'll never win that.
Nope.
How how can you say like you should get this amount of money for this guy when what's he even worth? I just don't. They're never going to win that. I don't understand why they think they're going to win it.
Well, and whenever he went to Arkansas, I'm trying to think of his name. Jay, help me out. Is it Madden?
Yeah, Madden.
Maliava.
Yes.
He hadn't even taken a visit to Arkansas once, and he signed there. So you already know that was just a money thing. How Arkansas even got him in the first place.
Yeah, but they're not gonna win that.
No.
It's kind of, I know they're trying to like maybe make a point, but it's just not gonna happen. And I don't even know how long it drags out. I did see SEC Mike, they had over under 6.5 wins for Oklahoma. They both took the over. It did seem like Cousin Shane had to come around to it, but they both took the over. So that 6.5, that could be
I'm
7.
smashing the over on that.
Yeah, but what do you have OU's record at the end of the year? Regular season.
9-3. That's where I've been at for a while. I think 9-3. I think that's a realistic spot.
I think it could be anywhere between 7 and 9. I don't know yet. Like I said, talk to me after week 2, and then I'll decide.
I know.
I'm leaving.
A lot of it's going to ride on the offensive line.
Yeah. KB says biggest obstacle is going to be getting sued over third party setting fair market. But that's going to be it's going to be wild. 13-0. I'm nuts is taken over from Mess. He is now the 13-0 king here.
I'm nuts. That take might be a little bit nuts, my guy.
13-0. Wow. Who was the last team to go undefeated?
Did Georgia do it a couple years ago, or not?
I'm trying to think. What year was it? You'd have to look it up. Because I think it was it 3 years ago? Derek says 14-0. Georgia. Was it 3 years ago? Yeah, 2022.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because on that defensive line, they had Jalen Carter, and they had just all those monsters up front.
Look at this comment here.
Where's it at?
It's the George Stoya comment. There it is. Stoya went on 5 and said we have to start 5-0. Yeah, they do.
That's pretty.
They don't play anybody in the three games, and then you play Michigan and Auburn. Auburn's at home, you got to win. Michigan's at home, got to win. You need to be 5-0. If you're not 5-0, it could be a long year because I think now Michigan's the game that could go. I think it could go. It could go either way. I don't know enough about Michigan yet, but you can't lose to Auburn at home.
Right.
This team last year with one of the worst offenses ever beat Auburn. Even though, listen, I do think Auburn's headed in the right direction. I think talent, but I can't with Jackson Arnold at the helm. Can't.
And also, it was a report out of Auburn camp. Jay, I don't know if you saw this, but apparently Deuce Knight hasn't thrown an interception all of fall camp, and he's splitting the reps with the ones with Arnold right now.
Yeah,
so there's not even a guarantee that Jackson Arnold is their starter week 1 coming in.
Hey, I guarantee you, everybody in here on this chat and every OU fan out there, they want Jackson Arnold to be the starter.
For sure.
People want him to be the starter coming in at Norman. Now, this is a good question. Is this the hardest schedule OU's ever played? I think it's up there, and last year was also. Now, Chester would disagree because Chester would say that with the new quarterbacks that OU will be facing, the teams aren't as good as they should be.
I'm of the opinion that I don't know what a lot of the teams are going to be with QBs.
This schedule is by far one of the, as far as deepest, Like I was just looking at it earlier. I'm going to read this to you. Okay, you ready for these games? This is from the Texas game on. Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama. Then you get Missouri, which may be a breather, and then LSU. I mean, that's a brutal schedule.
It is tough.
It's crazy. So
And
Michigan is a non-con.
If you would have asked me at the beginning of spring, I was not very high on Alabama, but the more I just think
You're
about
high on them?
I think Alabama's going to be a dang good team next year.
Playoff team?
Yes, I think they're a playoff team. I think Alabama's in the SEC championship next year.
Wow. No.
You heard it here.
Okay, who do you have them playing, Jackson?
Who do I have?
SEC championship game. Who would they be playing?
I got Bama, LSU, and the SEC chip.
Wow. I just don't see Bama getting there. I think Bama's on the outside looking in for the playoff again.
And also, a part of me does think that Florida is going to be a pretty solid team next year. I think they're going to be a lot better.
They're going to be better. This is what
Texas. Okay, then I'll go. I completely forgot about Texas.
Wait, now you're flipping?
No, I'm gonna keep it. Because I forgot about Texas. I'm gonna keep it, but I would switch LSU with Texas if you allowed me to. But
Crimson Kool-Aid, Jackson. Purple. I'm with you. 8-4 Alabama. That's where I'd go right now. 8-4. And can you imagine 8-4 next year? People are always like, man, these Sooner fans are just doomers. They're just a lot of the Sooner fans are just down and out. I can promise you, if Alabama goes 8-4, go watch an Alabama show.
So Taylor Bower might be fired.
They will say that's unacceptable at Alabama. 2 years,
sure,
3 or 4 losses.
I wonder though. I wonder how much Saban's there helping around still these days.
I don't think he's around there that much. They did have a really good defenses. They were fun to watch, Derek. I liked watching them too. Alabama coaching staff got the band back together. It should help them. Ryan Grubb should help. If Simpson's I don't see it.
They do need to let their true freshman Keelan Russell start.
I agree with this. I'm not a fan of Simpson. I wouldn't do it either.
Me neither. Yeah.
Calling us doomers. Have they seen BB coach? Oh man, we're already 52 minutes in, man. This has been fun. This has been fun tonight. No Jeremy tonight, but you know what, guys and gals?
It's been nice and peaceful. Let's say that.
No, Jeremy will be back tomorrow. So he actually wanted to be on it tonight, but he just it couldn't make it feasible with the bus. I mean, you can't really do much when you got a bus full of kids. So he just couldn't make it tonight, but he'll be going. Look at Derek says, keep going, man. No yelling. Hey. Some people like the yelling, but you know what? It has been fun. We've covered a lot of different stuff. Clips Nugs should be a good second half. What's the score at halftime?
Yeah. What's the score of that game?
Yeah, the Detroit Piston game tonight was great game.
Yeah. Detroit should have won that game. They didn't. They blew it.
Somebody does need to scream. Just maybe I'll do it when I close. I think I'll do it when I close so we can have the Jeremy spirit.
You're just gonna go off.
Hey, I'm nuts. Hey, you want me to tell you a funny story as we close? So 58-57 Clippers. Okay, guys, I actually want that game. I want Denver to win that, and here's my only reason. The only reason I want Denver to win that is so Oklahoma City can play Saturday night. I'm tired of the waiting. Just end it. Let's play Saturday night. Let's get this roll going.
No. Jay, I think since what was I going to say? Since the Knicks have won tonight, I think they do play on Saturday night.
Who?
Or no.
Knicks? Thunder don't play the Knicks.
No, but I don't know if you saw that on Twitter where the outcome of the Knicks and Detroit game is affecting the time slot that the Thunder are going to be in.
Yeah, but it won't affect the day they play.
Yeah, no, it does affect the day. I'm positive.
I don't think Denver or Clippers are much difference in the two matchups. Give me Saturday night. I don't want to wait till Monday. Let's just end it.
You
Yeah,
think
I did. I let this man be in charge of theory. Hey, let me get to my funny story about Jermo the Clown. You got to hear this. So I'm at home the other night, and I get a text message, and it's a video, and it's Jermo the Clown, me, shooting a surge on 5 to 6 massive televisions. And I'm thinking, what is going on? My son sent it to me. I was like, what is going on? Him and his friend had they were in Best Buy, and they'd put it on all the TVs. They had streamed it through their phone.
Oh my gosh.
And so we were plastered all over Best Buy. And it was the episode of Jermo the Clown. So I'm over there, and I got the whole get up on, and it's all over Best Buy. Yeah, I could not believe it. I was like, what the heck is going on?
That is diabolical. Your son Brody, that's what Brody did.
Brody did it, yeah. So it was pretty funny. But anyway, end it with that tonight. Hey, by the way, OU basketball, they did get they signed another, what is it, 2020 go with Kyrie there. It's a body. I don't know a whole lot but you know what?
I think his name is Jake Hansen.
That's his name, but you know much about him?
Somewhere out of Texas, 6'1" point guard, I guess. Probably just, I kind of compare it to whenever they got maybe Reed Lovelace a few years ago.
Lovelace, he's a walk-on.
Yeah. Oh, well, this guy, I guess, is going to be a scholarship guy, but.
Yeah. Jermo the Clown. I'm going to bring him back. Maybe I just not tell anybody, and I'll just show up to the live show with Jermo the Clown on. But, hey, 918 wanted me to do some screaming for Jeremy and Spirit. I'm just trying to know who to scream at because there's nobody really to scream at tonight.
Does anyone want to volunteer in the chat to be screaming?
I mean, Ron usually, let me see if I can get Ron in here. See one of Ron's comments. I got to find one of Ron's good comments here, and then we'll end it like that. Or somebody could put something in the chat, and I'll end it that way. But yeah, he's not very big. Hanson's not very big, but it's just they probably used it as another body they needed. But Porter and Trey had a great offseason. And we are going to have Brody on. Brody is going to join me one night to kind of go over everything. He usually screams at me. That's right. I'm not going to slap a table. OU sucks. Will Braun retire? I don't think he retires. Hang on.
Somebody seen. Oh, here it is, Jay. Yeah, I need you to yell at this because LeBron is not the GOAT. I'm Gray God. That is a horrible take.
What did I miss something?
Yeah,
I'll go. Here we go. Here we go with Gray. Here we go with Gray God. Gray God, call in right now. Call in right now and tell me why you think LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. It's ridiculous. Call in. I'm waiting on your call. I'll be here all night. There you go. Hey, appreciate you guys joining us. It's been fun tonight. We'll catch y'all tomorrow night. And you guys have a great Friday. Get some rest. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.